Nobody expected this. John Deere, the 187-year-old agricultural titan known for tractors, harvesters, and heavy-duty farming equipment, is reportedly entering the consumer vehicle market with its first-ever pickup truck. And not just any truck. We're talking about a fully rugged, workhorse-style pickup that's designed not for the city or the track, but for the fields, the farms, the job sites, and the backwoods of America. Sources suggest that prototypes, possibly under the name Deere EV1 or John Deere Workhorse, have already been spotted in low-visibility testing scenarios alongside current EV giants like the Ford F-150 Lightning and the Chevy Silverado EV. The speculation caught fire when photos leaked showing a green and yellow vehicle hauling industrial-grade equipment, fitted with what looked like early-stage battery modules and off-road suspension. It's the biggest surprise of the year. Deere isn't just joining the auto industry. It might be aiming to redefine it. At first glance, this move seems bold, maybe even risky. But when you look closer, John Deere's pickup truck strategy is nothing short of genius. For decades, Deere has controlled the agricultural and heavy machinery industries across rural America, building an empire around tractors, plows, and smart farming systems. But one piece of the puzzle has always been missing: the everyday transport vehicle that connects farms, job sites, and rural homes. A pickup truck isn't just a vehicle in these communities, it's a lifeline. By stepping into the EV pickup space, Deere isn't just entering a new market, it's completing its ecosystem. Imagine a Deere electric truck that integrates directly with your smart tractor, loads harvest data on the go, powers remote equipment, and acts as a mobile control unit. This isn't just about utility, it's about ownership of the rural work environment from end to end. And with the right to repair debate damaging Deere's image in recent years, this truck could also be their shot at redemption, offering a machine that's open, modifiable, and built for the people who've supported them for generations. It's no coincidence that John Deere is choosing now to strike. The traditional auto giants, Ford, GM, Stellantis, are struggling with EV transitions, slashing prices, delaying projects, and losing trust among core buyers. Tesla's Cybertruck is finally out, but has failed to gain ground with truck loyalists who prioritize function over flair. Meanwhile, Ram and Chevy are dumping inventory with huge discounts, and even Ford is pulling back EV production as costs spiral out of control. This chaotic moment creates the perfect opening for a new kind of competitor, one that doesn't care about flashy acceleration or Silicon Valley styling. Deere can come in with a truck that does one thing really well: work. And they're targeting the audience that's been left behind in the EV race: ranchers, farmers, builders, oil field workers, and outdoor professionals who don't want luxury, they want longevity. If Deere nails the product, they don't need a Super Bowl ad. They've already won the hearts of Middle America, potentially offering over 400 miles of range, which is crucial for rural workers who can't always rely on frequent charging stations. It's expected to have all-wheel drive as standard, with massive torque for hauling, towing, and off-road performance. The suspension appears to be optimized for both heavy-duty payload and rough terrain, possibly adaptive air suspension with variable ride heights. Inside, the cabin is rumored to be durable and utilitarian, with rubberized flooring, water-resistant surfaces, and analog dials integrated with digital systems. Power tools could run directly from the vehicle with onboard outlets, and perhaps even hydraulic assist systems for off-grid jobs. Integration with Deere's proprietary software means your truck could talk to your combine, manage field analytics, or even scan soil quality through attached devices. And with the right modules, there's talk of drone ports, modular beds, and even robotic tool arms. It's not just a truck, it's a platform. If John Deere pulls this off, the ripple effects could be seismic. Think about it. Ford's F-Series has ruled the U.S. truck market for over 4 decades, but their EV offerings are still struggling to deliver on promises. Ram and Chevy have been slow to pivot, while Tesla's Cybertruck alienates more buyers than it excites. Deere, however, isn't trying to appeal to everyone. They know exactly who they're talking to, and they already have a brand that commands unrivaled loyalty among farmers, ranchers, and blue-collar workers. If this truck delivers power, practicality, and seamless compatibility with the rest of the Deere product family, it could start to cannibalize sales from Ford Super Duties, Ram 2500s, and even mid-size fleets. Municipalities, farms, and industrial contractors may flock to Deere's ecosystem, especially if it means fewer headaches, stronger support, and full integration across operations. Don't forget, John Deere isn't a car company. They're a systems company. They sell solutions, not just machines. And that mindset could turn this truck from a cool prototype into a market-shattering success. So here we are. The farm equipment titan that's been around longer than the modern automobile is now poised to disrupt the most competitive segment in the U.S. auto market. If John Deere succeeds, this could be the beginning of a new era, not just for pickups, but for how we think about vehicles in rural and industrial America. A Deere pickup isn't about trend-setting. It's about tool building, and it challenges the notion that the EV revolution must come from tech startups or traditional automakers. Maybe the future of trucks doesn't belong to Silicon Valley or Detroit. Maybe it belongs to Iowa. The big question now is, are buyers ready? Will they ditch their Fords, their Chevys, their Rams for a green machine from the fields of the Midwest? Time will tell. But one thing's certain, John Deere just made the truck wars a whole lot more interesting. What makes John Deere's entry into the truck market so compelling isn't just the physical product, it's the digital muscle behind it. Deere has been quietly leading a revolution in precision agriculture for over a decade. While most people still think of tractors as basic machines, Deere's latest equipment runs on AI-driven software, GPS mapping, sensor networks, and real-time data analytics. Now, imagine that power baked into a truck. The ability to connect to a cloud-based farm management platform, track and diagnose performance, optimize energy usage in real time, and sync with your entire fleet. This isn't something Tesla, Ford, or Rivian can easily replicate, because Deere has already built a closed-loop AG tech empire, and this truck would be an extension of it. With software that updates over the air, diagnostics that prevent breakdowns, and sensors that learn from usage patterns, Deere is bringing a level of smart functionality to trucks that could make traditional work vehicles feel outdated almost overnight. There's no denying it. John Deere has taken heat in recent years for its controversial right-to-repair policies. Farmers and technicians across America and the world have pushed back against Deere's software locks and service limitations. The company's tight control over its machines sparked legal battles, protests, and even federal attention. But this truck could mark a major pivot. Insiders suggest Deere is aiming to make the pickup far more open and reparable than its other machines, possibly as a way to regain the trust of its core audience. That means easier access to parts, open-source diagnostic tools, and a new class of user-serviceable vehicles designed to last decades, not just model cycles. If Deere can pull this off, combining modern tech with old-school repairability, they could set a new standard for the industry. One where innovation doesn't come at the cost of independence. John Deere's pickup might look like a truck on the outside, but underneath, it could become the next-generation industrial platform. What does that mean? Think beyond consumers. Think beyond farms. Think construction crews, mining sites, power grid inspectors, military contracts, and disaster response teams. This truck could serve as a mobile power station, a command hub, or even a drone launch pad. With modular attachments, rugged adaptability, and digital overlays, Deere could tap into contracts and verticals that most automakers don't even touch. Instead of trying to compete with Ford on mass-market sales, Deere might target niche, high-value sectors where durability, uptime, and total ecosystem control matter more than cost. If you're rebuilding a levee in Louisiana or restoring a transmission line in the Rockies, this truck could be your field office, generator, and backup brain, all in one. One of the most compelling angles of the Deere truck could be its focus on off-grid survivability. In rural America, and even in international markets, access to reliable energy can be a challenge. Deere's truck is expected to offer advanced bidirectional charging, onboard solar options, and potentially even auxiliary battery packs that extend its range in the wild. Imagine a vehicle that powers your barn during an outage, recharges your irrigation sensors, or gives your job site backup energy when the local grid fails. And since Deere already manufactures portable generators, battery systems, and smart energy modules for other products, the infrastructure is already there. This wouldn't just be a pickup, it would be a mobile power ecosystem that, if you think a car brand matters, wait until you see what a heritage brand like John Deere can do. In the American heartland, the green and yellow logo isn't just a badge. It's a symbol of trust, work ethic, and tradition. While Tesla and Rivian fight to win over suburban buyers, Deere already has generational loyalty across farms, counties, and co-ops. This brand capital means that even without a sleek marketing blitz, Deere could sell tens of thousands of trucks just by showing up. You won't see viral TikToks about the truck's cup holders, but you will see it towing hay through a blizzard in Nebraska. That matters. It means real-world validation by people who trust Deere with their livelihoods. For Ford and Ram, this could be a loyalty war they're not prepared to fight. Let's zoom out. Deere's new truck could have a massive impact outside the U.S. too. In Africa, South America, Southeast Asia, regions where Deere already sells farming equipment. The infrastructure for gasoline is weak, but the sun is plentiful and EV potential is enormous. A rugged, solar-ready, electric pickup designed for developing rural economies could be a game-changer. These areas don't need luxury EVs. They need tools that survive extreme weather, low-maintenance access, and remote deployment. If Deere tailors this truck for global utility and partners with NGOs, local governments, or green energy programs, it could lead a new wave of decentralized mobility that bypasses the gas station altogether. This isn't just about trucks, it's about transporting infrastructure itself. Of course, none of this will matter if John Deere fumbles the execution. To succeed, the truck needs to deliver on 4 key fronts: rugged durability, practical design, energy independence, and ecosystem integration. It must tow, haul, and last like a diesel without the diesel. It needs to be fixable, not fragile. And it must speak fluently with Deere's other products. If they miss on any of these, they risk turning a revolution into a curiosity. But if they nail even 3 out of 4, this truck could become a legend. A new benchmark not just for pickups, but for how every vehicle in a utility fleet should be built in the 21st century. Let's address one of the biggest behind-the-scenes questions. Where is Deere building this truck? And with whom? As of now, John Deere doesn't have a dedicated automotive manufacturing plant. So this move raises the strong possibility of a co-manufacturing partnership. Analysts believe Deere could be working with an EV-specialized platform supplier like Magna, Foxconn, or even Rivian to produce the chassis and drivetrain, while Deere focuses on final assembly, body design, and, most importantly, software integration. It's also possible they retrofit one of their existing heavy equipment facilities in Waterloo, Iowa, or Moline, Illinois, to start limited production. But long-term, if this truck succeeds, expect Deere to build a dedicated plant, possibly subsidized through green energy or rural development tax credits. That alone would send shockwaves through Detroit, because it means a completely new player is now competing for EV manufacturing talent, battery contracts, and logistics real estate. It's not just a truck, it's a whole new supply chain being born. While traditional automakers still brag about torque numbers and towing charts, John Deere may be rethinking what toughness really means. For a company that builds machines to survive floods, dust storms, and brutal work schedules, this truck won't be about leather seats or fancy trim packages. Expect Deere to define tough as modular, washable, fixable, and adaptable. Think quick-swap body panels, rust-resistant coatings, a steel-reinforced cargo bed that works with universal tool clamps and mounts. It might even feature programmable exterior lighting for night work or adjustable hydraulic suspension that adapts to trailer loads or uneven fields. This is toughness born from utility, not style. And it could totally reframe what customers expect from a premium truck. Not more chrome, but more function. You might not think of John Deere and Tesla in the same sentence, but if Deere's truck hits the market, that comparison becomes inevitable. While Tesla Cybertruck aims to redefine trucks with futurism, John Deere is going back to basics: tools, utility, and rugged smarts. But here's where it gets interesting. Both companies have an obsession with software. Tesla pioneered over-the-air updates, self-diagnostics, and driving analytics. Deere has been doing the same for tractors. Its latest combines and harvesters run autonomous systems, use machine learning to analyze soil, and provide predictive maintenance alerts. This means that Deere's truck could quietly become the most intelligent work vehicle ever built, especially in environments where AI-assisted hauling, autonomous trailer mode, and smart field connectivity matter more than self-driving gimmicks. Deere isn't trying to be flashy. It's trying to outthink and outwork everyone. Forget suburban buyers for a second. The real volume lies in commercial fleets, construction firms, municipalities, utility companies, agricultural cooperatives, and even the military. These buyers care about lifetime cost, uptime, and compatibility with existing systems. And that's exactly where John Deere can dominate. Imagine a construction fleet where every backhoe, loader, and truck runs on a unified software system, with shared maintenance schedules, replacement parts, and diagnostic dashboards. Imagine a farming cooperative that leases an entire ecosystem of smart vehicles from one supplier. Ford and GM simply can't offer that because they don't control the ecosystem. Deere does. This truck could become the default fleet vehicle for the rural economy, giving Deere an unbreakable grip on long-term service contracts, software subscriptions, and equipment upgrades. Here's a surprising angle. This pickup truck might have political consequences. With EV incentives in flux, rural communities skeptical of electrification, and right-to-repair debates still raging, John Deere is stepping into a political minefield, but with a potentially unifying solution. By offering an EV that actually works for rural America, Deere could bridge the cultural gap that has plagued the green transition. If this truck succeeds, it gives policymakers proof that EVs can serve everyone, not just tech elites. It also puts pressure on lawmakers to expand rural charging networks, protect open repair laws, and fund next-generation fleet upgrades. Deere might unintentionally become the poster child for a bipartisan EV revolution. In a time of political division, a rugged, farm-built EV might be the only green initiative that can win both sides of the aisle. For decades, pickup truck buyers have been the most brand-loyal customers in the world. But that loyalty is now being tested. Ford's EV push is inconsistent. Ram has been slow to act. Chevy is caught in a brand identity crisis. And Tesla? Too strange for the average contractor. Deere is arriving at a time when loyalty is up for grabs, especially among younger tradespeople and farmers who grew up using smart devices, modular tools, and subscription-based platforms. If Deere's truck is open source enough, tough enough, and connected enough, it could dismantle decades of loyalty built by Detroit. And once those buyers switch ecosystems to Deere tractors, Deere apps, Deere service contracts, it's game over. Ford won't just lose a truck buyer. They'll lose an entire equipment future. Here's a bold idea. What if John Deere's truck is more than just a truck? It's a platform, just like the iPhone. Think about it. An open bed with a universal rail system for attachments. A touchscreen interface with app-style modular controls. Plug-and-play tools that integrate into a central dashboard. Remote diagnostics. Real-time cloud storage. Over-the-air performance upgrades. This is more than metal and wheels. It's a computing platform on tires. And just like the iPhone created an entire ecosystem of apps and accessories, the Deere truck could give rise to a new generation of upfitters, third-party toolmakers, and field tech services. The monetization opportunities are endless, and they're already baked into Deere's business model. John Deere's new pickup truck, shaking the auto industry, is a powerful, high-impact deep dive that blends breaking news with strategic insight. The hook is sharp and immediately captivating, leveraging the shock value of a legacy farming brand entering the electric pickup market. What makes the script exceptional is its wide scope. You go far beyond just specs, analyzing how John Deere's move could disrupt Ford, Tesla, and Ram, while also reshaping rural EV adoption, fleet management, and even global infrastructure. You tap into multiple powerful themes: brand loyalty, ecosystem dominance, right-to-repair politics, and the cultural trust Deere has in the heartland. Each segment adds depth, from the digital farming revolution to the potential for Deere to build the iPhone of trucks. However, the script may benefit from structural tightening to keep viewer retention high. There's so much information that without visual anchors or clear sectioning, it could overwhelm casual viewers. With a bit of emotional grounding, like real-life farmer scenarios or rural use cases, and some strong visuals, mock-ups, overlays, etc., this video could dominate in the auto and tech niches alike. Overall, it's not just a script. It's a blueprint for a documentary-style industry bombshell. So there you have it. John Deere isn't just making a truck. They're making a statement. A bold, unexpected move that could flip the script on the entire auto industry.